Wow, we're fancy now. We got an intro and everything. So good evening, CAF audience. Thank you for joining us on this Monday night. This is our second CAF theme show. It's been a whole month. Time does fly. So I hope the OA gods have been good to you guys. Hope you got a lot of great art, and hope that wallet sacrifices were kept to a virtual minimum. But we all know, of course, that's not the case. But one of the objectives for the show is to keep it tight. So we're going to go ahead and jump right in. Let me go ahead and fire this up. And oop, I don't want that one. Here we go. Nope. There we go. All right. Technical difficulties averted. All right. We'll jump right in. So to go through, this is our February sketchbook. And for the month of February, we had 183 entries. The theme was homages. You're going to hear homage. You're going to hear homage. You're going to hear. Try to keep the technical term to homage. So let's go over kind of the ground rules of how this show will work. Like before, there's going to be 4 rounds, and we've got 4 wonderful panelist volunteers that I'll bring them on and introduce them in a second. Each of these panelists were responsible for picking their 4 favorite pieces of art for the show. You know, any praise you have, hatred or just messenger. After we present the round with the 4 pieces of art, we will do the polling through slido.com. I went ahead and made sure it updated. So if you guys want to take out your phones or open a new browser or go to slido.com right now to get prepared, you can click on the Slido number 8738. That'll get you logged into the application. Allow you guys to vote in real time on all of today's pieces of art. So after all 4 rounds, we're going to take the winner of each round and we're going to have an intermission. Last week was a cake break where we voted on all the cakes. This week, well, we all know what cake would have won, right? Some crotchety little green goblin. So actually, I have something special planned, kind of an homage itself. And then at the end, we'll pick a championship. Everyone will vote on the championship round. And that piece of art will be placed out of one of 12 pieces at the end of the year for Best of CAF to win a Best of CAF trophy. So without further ado, let's bring in all of our people. So we're going to start with everyone's favorite optimist, Larry Toon. We're going to go with everyone's favorite Star Wars guru, Jeff. Then we go with everyone's favorite amateur professional artist and all-around good guy who drives into a lake, Aranga. And then finally, our newbie. Hopefully he gets initiated really, really well. Captain America himself, Alberto. Hey, guys.
What's up, guys?
All right. Hey, Pointer, everyone that Jason D has your phone number, mute your phone or he will call you. Just giving you a heads up right now.
That's my secret, Cap. I'm always on mute.
All right. Is everyone ready? We roll the dice and we're going to go alphabetically because that's actually how I set it up. So no dice there. You got your drinks? You got your coffee? All right, guys. So for round 1, we're going to start with Alberto. Alberto, here we go. You picked an Art Adams. Alberto, why did this make your top 4?
Well, first of all, I don't think anybody in here doesn't recognize the image from X-Men 101. And one of the things when I'm looking at all these homages was I did see a lot of recreations, and they were pretty much identical copies, pretty much to the original cover, while this one was just outstanding to me in terms of not only did Art Adams add the Phoenix image behind it, but changed a little bit of the characters that you see out there in the water. There's no Cyclops in there, and let's be clear, nobody wants to see Cyclops in there anyway. So he's replaced in there by Beast and the rest of the X-Men in there. And I've always wanted to have an Art Adams piece, and I just love this one. If I remember correctly, it was from Dino's collection, which always makes me jealous. And it was just an amazing piece that I think just a little bit more complex than the original one. I don't want to say it's better because that would be sacrilege, but pretty much.
If it had a Captain America in there, would it have been better?
I think that character in the water behind it is actually Captain America making an appearance. But you can't tell real well. But yeah, of course, I stuck to my Marvel theme though, because I struggled to try to find a good DC homage. But yeah, I thought this was incredible, and I'm jealous of the owner of this piece.
Well, Larry, you've known to hate Arthur Adams and Arthur Adams' work. What do you think?
What?
I don't know.
Yeah, get tired of Art Adams, recreating Cockrum, work.
Gorgeous X-Men covers, right?
Yeah.
You know something about that now.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
So passe, man. I mean, ugh.
Well, now it's your turn, Aranga. Why is your piece a better pick than Alberto's?
Oh, I don't know. Oh, yes, I had no idea what sequence this is coming in. This is Josh Meters, I believe that's how you say his name. I don't know, man. I've always loved this image. It's been homaged over and over again. I just particularly love this one just because of the, I'd like to say it's battle damage, but maybe it's a zombified Wolverine. But it's almost an homage to an homage because Dale Keown had done an homage to this, and that Hulk and the claws is almost all Keown. The details are just impressive, man. I mean, there's lines over lines, the veins on the face, the burn marks, the way the eyes kind of get depressed into those eye sockets for Wolverine. Yeah, man, this one hit me as soon as I saw it. I was hoping you'd leave this for the end because man, this is it's a real winner for me.
So Marcus said, who did the original? I think it was Popmon.
Yes, lots of bricks. Who did do the Todd McFarlane? That's right.
Yeah, Todd McFarlane.
Yeah,
that's fantastic.
Yes,
if that's.
I think it's a famous cover, but I never really understood the physics behind it.
Oh no! You got to ignore the physics, man. Like those claws. There's no way you should be able to see all three of them lined up like that. The way the fist is.
Let's be honest. How many of you guys have actually held up your fist when you've seen this one and kind of made the claw thing to see if if it might have worked?
Right.
No. I even have those metal claws.
Fantastic pick.
You just can't do it.
Hey, it's a weird flex, but it's okay.
Hey, Jeff, you're already throwing bombs like this early, man? It's round one. Keep something in the back pocket. Vote for this, guys. I mean, seriously.
No, don't vote for it, man.
Yeah.
That's all right. The one bad part about like being alphabetical, Jeff's making these comments. So now here's Jeff's piece to defend Aranga.
Let's go.
And of course, we have no idea what it is.
Yeah, what you got, Jeff?
That's right.
Oh, yeah. So not only that, but it's a DC homage to a Marvel X-Men cover. Check that out.
You know what the crowd likes? DC takes on Marvel, right?
So when I was scrolling through, this one jumped out at me for one reason and one reason only, and that was Matt Kent. Loved his art for a long time, going all the way back to Pistol Whip and all those stories in the 90s when he was drawing for some stories that were written by Jason Hall. And so that's what caught me on this one.
I think they're about to get hit by the laser.
Yeah, are they shooting lasers out of their eyes and they're making some those lasers coming out of there?
That's Darkseid's little laser. That
I thought it was just a big holographic shoe logo, but I've never read Legion of Superheroes, so
holographic shoe logo.
Yeah. That's what happens when Jeff leaves his Star Wars lane.
That's right.
Oh,
it's the most broken lightsaber I've ever seen.
You can't have too many X-Men, Marcus. Oh, my background. If you saw Miggs DeCastro's post, it was my homage to Miggs' calf post.
And I don't know how you could not have an X-Men homage based on probably 3/4 of the entries in the sketchbook. So,
well, you can go Dark Knight.
Here you go.
You can.
Yes. So this was from Octavio's, and I remember he got this. I guess Deloto did this at a convention, which is also amazing. I think it's watercolors, but I'll be honest, I was never really a huge fan of the original Dark Knight Returns #2 cover. I always thought he was squatting, take a dump, but this one here, I mean,
Well, that comment just
I
sells
think it
it.
looks better than the original.
Deloto makes
Because
Miller.
this one looks like he's
Looks like
done
he's
with the
finished.
dump and he's getting up.
Yeah, here you go.
Okay, all right.
It was a rage dump.
It was
Yeah.
a rage dump. He's up.
He's
now.
just angry with uncomfortable cramps.
He's brutal. I mean, it's ugly. I mean, it's beautiful. Yeah,
Which one is it? Is it ugly or is it beautiful?
it's both.
Oh,
It's
it can
so
be
ugly.
both.
It's beautiful.
It can be both. All right.
Yeah.
We're
Let's
gonna
pick
go to
Larry.
round one vote. Who's the most confident? Who thinks gonna win? Wait,
come on,
Oh,
guys.
tonight? I'm winning tonight. This round, who knows?
This
this
round?
round. Anyone wanna just kind of strut, call it for themselves?
I don't know. If Art Adams wins, it'll be like such a sham.
Well,
Such a sham.
I think there's another Art
Such an
Adams.
easy-
Eventually,
such an
there's probably
easy
2 or 3
pick.
more Art Adams in this sketchbook.
I bet you there's like 8 Art Adams coming up in selections here.
I'll take the
Oh,
win.
we're-
I don't care. I'll do whatever it takes to get my
Yeah.
first win here.
There you
I
go.
picked
there
no
you
Star
go.
Wars tonight, so I've already lost.
But
All right,
we
guys.
won.
Because there's no Star Wars. Here we go. You guys jump on the app.
Let's-
Get your voting in.
Yeah.
Panel, if you want to, persuade any of the audience to vote for you, make
The
your
finale is
comments.
going to be all Art Adams probably.
All Art Adams.
Yeah.
So it's a
I
nice
also want to
art
say,
piece.
and this shouldn't influence votes, but Josh Meters, as amazing as an artist as he was, he's no longer with us. So it's doubly sad. So I think his work should be celebrated.
I'm not going to follow up on any comment on that one. We'll just let it-
I'm just letting you guys know that.
that's,
I think the
uh,
Art
that's
Adams
what-
is also like a double page splash. I think it's huge. So, but if I saw it in person, I would vote for it.
That should disqualify it because I think the sketchbook theme it had to be like 11 by 17 or bust.
all
Yeah, there were
right.
very strict size requirements.
I think so.
And the 0 rules that James sent us.
0 rules. You had to pick 4 pieces out of the sketchbook. Well, I mean, you can draw you a map, but you did good, Jeff. You did good. You picked 4 pieces.
All right.
All right, we're going to give it about 30 more seconds. We're doing well on time, keeping the show tight. Winner of round 1. Oh,
wow. I couldn't
What
get anything
a
last week.
bunch of baloney!
Audience. Oh,
Wrong-
with the underdog.
Aranga tried to get the sympathy vote.
With the underdog.
That's really not what I was trying to do. I just,
Well, with all the hype, I thought it was going to be number 2, but I guess it was just a number 1.
Ugh, yeah.
Dino was number 1 in my heart on that round. I'm just telling you. But
Pooping
Yeah, I
Batman
think-
is not my ideal piece here, but we'll give Larry the win.
yeah, I think
Right,
Larry,
Larry-
you post
Probably
your
the only
cash
round-
app
the only
on
round I win.
CGC.
I didn't win any rounds last month.
Larry's poo poo Batman wins it.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna call it. Dark Knight Returns.
Oh, come on. Phoenix
Round
was catching up.
2.
Art Adams was catching up just as you ended the round.
I know. I gotta call it. All right, round 2. We're gonna start with it's alphabetical order, so there's no surprise there. Alberto,
All
a
right.
DC.
So yeah, I decided to pick a couple of unpublished pieces to start with, and I love Mike Zeck. It's not a secret. I'm sure folks have seen. I have a few cap covers by him, and as much as I hate DC, I figured if I'm gonna pick a DC cover, I was gonna pick a Zeck recreation. Everybody recognizes his Punisher cover that he did here, as well as his Deathlock work that he did. And to me, this Deathstroke piece just kind of remind me of his great work with Punisher and Deathlock across the board. And this will be the only time you see me pick a DC piece. So enjoy it. And yeah, I think it's great.
It's gorgeous, man. He did a great job on it. I mean, it's Mike Zack, and I'm not here to articulate Mike or critique Mike Zack, right?
No, Zack is awesome, man. This is a great looking piece. I'm not familiar with the character. This is DC's Deadpool, right?
With a lot less jokes.
Yeah,
It's a little more serious.
Yeah.
I think he came before Deadpool. Yeah.
I know who the character is, Larry.
No, it's Two-Face. Can't you tell?
It's Two-Face. Gotcha. Great piece, though. Great pick.
All right, we're gonna
Very nice.
highlight. I'm slacking on the highlighting on these comments. Let's get that one, and we're gonna go to Aranga.
Not even sure what's coming up.
Ooh, another AS or another McFarlane homage.
McFarlane, that's interesting.
Yeah. 316. This is Madman Matt Allison. This dude single-handedly keeps microns in business.
What's microns?
I mean,
It's a type of pen, James. Shaw.
I'm asking for the audience. I'm the voice of the dumb guy. Watching.
Microns are an amazing type of pen, but like he uses microns for everything. I mean, I was watching a video where he talked about his process, and he just started out with microns and just kind of kept going through it, didn't refine his process, and good for us because the tiny details he's about to add to this, the characters are, I mean, all his own. You know what it's homaging, but it's not a recreation. It's all his. It's a lot of black on it. I'm a big fan of this, guys. Yeah, that's it.
The take on Venom, I mean, there's a lot of people that try to do the alien-looking Venom that fails spectacularly.
Yeah, and this is like super alien. You're right, like the face. I mean, it's definitely his own take on it. I also love the lettering he's put in it.
But it works really, really well. Oh, I'm getting all my WebEx pop-ups. I'm gonna change that later. All right. Jeff, I think is this a big one for you, Jeff?
I didn't do it. Oh, wait. Another DC one.
Oh, let's get this one out of there.
I can't believe I'd have done 2 in a row. So this is an homage to Flash 246, but it's a Cyborg cover. This is in Mikhail's gallery. I don't know. I mean, we had to pick because there were a few rules. I was giving James some grief earlier, but he did say try to pick 2 published, 2 unpublished.
Yeah, just to mix them up.
Just to mix it up a bit and create some variety, so that wasn't all just X-Men, cover homages. So, the DC gambit doesn't always work on Dueling Dealers or probably here in the Sketchbook show, but I just saw this one, liked it, and made my pick.
Neil Adams, man. Hey, I'm going to do something real quick. I'm going to highlight Josh's comment just so you can look at his LinkedIn profile. Hey, bud. Good to see you. All right.
Someone Google Flash 246. What does that look like?
I'm assuming
it looks like this, but it's Flash instead of Cyborg.
Oh, in opposite positions?
No, Flash is in the standing position, but I can't remember.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember who the villain is on the ground. Might have been
point for anyone in the
Colonel
audience.
Sanders or somebody.
It's Reverse Flash.
Okay. Did Dave Givens ink this? Looks like possibly over blue lines.
Oh, come on, man! You had to bring up blue lines in the middle of Jeff's selection. Just let it be.
Oh, that is I don't know. Mikhail's in the audience.
I suspect it probably is,
Mm-hmm.
but that was not discounted in the rules.
No, it's not.
No, we were kidding.
Anything goes. I was just curious.
All right, we've got.
I need to come up with something better than blue lines.
All right, well,
Like
here's your
purple
chance.
blotches. I need to just develop something else that's universally despised.
I need you to trash this cover, Jeff.
This one,
Larry.
why would I do
think-
this? Because this is the one that is clearly going to win.
I think this was the best thing I saw in
Alberto,
the sketchbook.
Alberto, what's on there?
That's actually my piece. Thanks, Larry, for picking it. I wanted to pick a Homage piece. I just didn't want to pick my own because I figured that would be cheating. So I appreciate Larry picking this
Oh,
one.
no problem. You know, when I'm clicking these, I'm not even looking at who the owner is. I'm just trying to find four.
Well, and in
So
full disclosure, when Larry picked it, I was like, no one knew about anything. I was like, you might need to pick a new piece. He goes, why? I was like, you know what? Leave it. I didn't even tell him why. So, because I mean, he fairly picked it. You submitted it. So,
I mean, the detail on this is just pretty amazing. I mean, I don't have a Fred Hembeck, but if I did, this would be one of them I would like. And it's like homage to Jack Kirby. So you can see that there's still a bit of Jack Kirby feel to it. Again, it has Fred's faces on them, but
And the
But
squiggly
Swirly
knees.
knees.
And
Yeah.
the squiggly knees.
Yeah.
yeah, but there's also lots of elements of Jack Kirby on it. So I think this is probably one of the best Hembecks I've ever seen. Congratulations, Alberto.
Yeah, it's not for sale. Don't get too excited, Larry.
Wait, Alberto, you don't collect unpublished pieces.
I started doing a lot of commissions and unpublished pieces. Lately, I don't do a whole lot.
Okay.
let me ask this. I mean, how long have you had this one, Alberto? I mean, I don't think you've ever done a CAF interview. Not that we're going to turn this into one, but I'll ask.
I've had this for a good 15 plus years. Yeah, it's one of the few pieces that I kept after I stopped collecting for a while, and I'm glad I did.
I think Fred has retired from doing these kind of pieces.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have
Fred's-
recognized this as a Hembeck piece, other than the cap squiggly knees and maybe like Bucky's face. But it's pretty neat. I dig it.
Awesome.
Yeah, Fred's not doing this size much anymore. He's still doing the sketch cards that he's loading up in his eBay store. But yeah, these larger commissions, unfortunately, may be a thing of the past.
Yeah. Yeah. As you get older, you get smaller.
That's right.
All right. Really quick. Round 2 recap. Like Zach. ASM 316. Cyborg and Flash. And Hembeck. Let's get your votes in.
I don't mind losing this one if Larry wins.
You don't want Larry to have too many rounds.
Yeah.
I've lost all my faith in this audience after
Yeah.
they picked
I'm
Rage
going to
Dump,
predict Cyborg's
Rage
gonna be
Dump
number 4.
Batman.
I'm going to predict Cyborg's number 4.
Hey, this is not a personality contest. Pick the best art.
maybe people, the artists will go against me and vote up Cyborg 4 by voting as number 4.
Oh, I'm busy voting for Fred. So
There you go, Castro. That's right.
Just know,
Speak that
audience.
truth.
Larry's probably ripped the hell out of all your CAF posts
100%. Just
in the background.
we have
like-
screenshots.
Yeah.
Yep.
I will say, you know what the Zek I think is missing? It's missing that trash can that was in Punisher number 1. Like, I love the trash can in Punisher number 1. I think this is what this Zek needs to be. A
Hey,
true home.
James, I have an idea for your next show. Do
What's
a
that?
show where like Larry critiques art like live, but then show screenshots of what he said about it in private.
Plus, I'll have his home address,
Yeah.
and phone number.
Did James just have a stroke, or was that my computer?
No,
Hello?
I think we'll have
both.
to-
But we're losing me.
James, I think your kid's playing video games again.
All right. I know.
Wow.
During intermission, I'm going to shut all that stuff down. Captain
Alberto,
America.
your app pieces just run away with it.
Yes.
You know, if Larry wins all 4 rounds, we're just going to cut the show and not have a championship.
It's,
I
It
swear.
ain't
I wanna-
gonna happen.
I'd say we just end the show.
I didn't choose any art Adams, so I don't think I'll win.
Well, you do have to actually pick the piece so that it can be voted on at the end of the year. So
Hey,
we will have to narrow it down to one of Larry's.
yeah, well, the audience decides, right? I mean, I let tentacles be the March topic because the audience decide. And I was surprised. There are a lot of tentacle pieces that have been loaded, and it's not what I thought. I thought they'd be all Doc Octopus for those guys
I
with
am-
dirty minds.
Seriously contemplating a new purchase based solely on the sketchbook for
Tentacles?
March. Yeah.
Let me write down the winner, Cap 107. And the Dark Knight won the first one. All right. We're moving along. We're ahead of time ish. Round 3.
Oh, we still get to go to round 3. All right.
There's 2 more rounds, man.
Oh, I thought we got disqualified.
Well, a double Hembeck.
Wow.
This one, Alberto picked this Hembeck.
Yeah,
It's going to be Hembeck to Hembeck.
Yeah, I won't expect to win this round after Hembeck won the last one. But yeah, I think there were 3 or 4 actually Hembeck submissions in the sketchbook this month, and I didn't want to be too cheesy and pick my own. I'm glad Larry picked it, but I thought this one was great as well. It's a classic Avengers cover with all the great characters in there: Cap, Human Torch, Namor in there, all the Invaders. I thought it was just great. I love how Hembeck always gives credit and names who the covers are done after. Here mentioning Gil Kane, Bill Everett from 1972. And yeah, whatever Larry said about Hembeck applies, I think, to this cover just as well. And yeah, I'm guessing Larry will probably win this round again because nobody's going to vote for Hembeck for 2 rounds in a row.
Oh, this guy will.
Your Hembeck was much better than this one.
I like how Alberto's sandbagging here.
Oh.
Yeah.
In fact, my one
All
post
right.
to the sketchbook for February was a Hembeck piece. So
I mean, I'm just happy to got my little Magneto card. Everyone needs a Hembeck. That's a motto, right, Jeff?
everyone does.
All
I'm doing
right.
what I can.
Just
Oh, we're only at
single-handedly
37
drive
likes.
that
I've been
market
watching-
up.
I've been watching these likes. Josh Ginsburg, make sure you do your like, or well, I'm just kidding. I won't make a joke.
Yeah.
Everyone do a like.
Talking about Hembeck, I have this little Hembeck Christmas card that he did. Yeah, he does those on eBay. It's always fun.
Yep.
Just
Jeff, you should try to get one of those.
He did one with the risque.
Should.
Which one did he have with like the bikini?
Oh, he does Santa's little helpers every year. So
Hey, see if he'll do a tentacle one for you, Jeff.
Ooh.
you know the specific requests are getting far and few between as well with Fred. So
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
have a special place in his heart. All right.
yeah, sometimes.
I thought this one was gorgeous. Don't know anything about it, so tell us about it, Aranga.
No, I really don't know much about it either. I mean, it popped out to me when I was looking through the thumbnails, and I was shocked to find out it was Billy Tucci. You know, it doesn't look like anything that I've seen of his work before. It's clearly homaging the Great Wave of Kanagawa, the Japanese illustration. But you've got the spooky demons or whatever in the wave, the line work. You've got hands and skulls kind of stretching out in there. I just thought it was really dope, and honestly just really surprised me to find out it was Billy. I mean, no disrespect to the guy or anything like that, but a lot of the work that I've seen or I'm familiar with him is, you know, the 90s bad girl, you know, that kind of stuff. And this, I had no idea Billy had this in him. I think it's really, really dope.
It's like I know the original painting. I mean, obviously it's
Right.
you know, famous, and then to not just kind of see the wave, but all the little creatures building out of the wave.
Right.
That was really nice.
I like Jason's comment in there, and yeah, I love this piece when I saw it too. It's just I honestly had no clue what this was an homage to, and that's why I didn't vote it. I think it's beautiful piece. I just didn't recognize it.
Oh.
I'll vote for his. I thought a homage had to be for something famous.
Yeah, it's one of the most famous paintings
Is,
around. Just FYI, Jason and Alberto.
I'm going to
You've
leave this
seen
comment
the
up
original
so we
painting.
can all
It's a
savor
fine
this.
art painting, not just a comic book.
So anybody
Yeah,
drives
right.
a wave, it's an homage to this. Okay.
To the Great Wave of Kanagawa.
I have no
Yeah,
idea
Billy
if it's an
does some
homage also.
really good work. He's got that sort of style
Oh my
of
god!
his
Really?
own from the 90s.
Really? Oh my god!
Let's just no one say anything for a minute.
Just soak it in.
Mm-hmm.
bunch of
Look at
BS.
that. Look at those. Larry, tell me about this piece.
You know, when you choose when you're picking pieces here, you don't want straight line recreations. Just like Alberto said, you want to see the artist try to do something different, do his own style. So you may not recognize it just by looking at it, but if you compare it to the original, Arango did a little bit different things, different elements here that are enough to actually so that he can make it more unique. So it's not a straight recreation of Silvestri. So Rango, maybe you could try to say what some of the stuff that you changed. I know there's there was Jean who was naked on the original, but you added clothes to her. There was some other things too, right?
Yeah. Thanks,
there's
guys.
a number of figures that were repositioned in this, and I believe you changed the skyline, correct?
Yeah.
I'll say one thing about it, but this is like awkward as hell. It's all the characters. They're just their body language and their positions have been changed around. And Jean was in a blanket on the original, which was weird. She was the only one that was not in costume, so I put her in costume. This is super awkward. Thanks, guys.
Well, I was going to say,
Thanks,
Jeff picked it. Larry didn't pick it. Jeff picked it.
Thanks,
I just
Jeff.
put Larry on the spot.
What's that thing on the bottom right? It almost looks like a tentacle. Does that mean he's going to use?
This could be reused next.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It could
And
come
what is
back.
it? That
Well
technical-
spotted.
and it's
Jason
getting-
could resubmit it.
Why'd you pick it, Jeff?
Is it hot?
So for
It's an
me,
X-Men
yeah,
piece.
there's the X-Men. But this made me think back to a lovely evening in San Diego with just me and Big Spoon spending some quiet time together. Just to make it more awkward for Arango.
Well, I will tell you, like Jason said, I thought, they're supposed to be famous pieces. I mean, I thought they were supposed to be famous artists. I kid.
Yeah, that's
right.
what I thought. Yeah.
You blew it out. You did fantastic.
Yeah.
So,
And, I got to see, Jason shared this as a preview before he posted it in his gallery. And I thought Arango really knocked it out of the park, especially with the effort he did changing up the figures and everything. So I thought it was a really good homage, not just a straight recreation.
Mm-hmm.
I will tell you, legitimately, when I asked Arango to be part of this, he's like, man, I hope none of my pieces get picked. I have to sit here while other people talk about them. So we're going to give it another 5 seconds of silence.
Thanks
Thanks
for picking it. Thanks for not to seem ungrateful. Thanks for picking it, Jeff. I appreciate it.
All right.
They'd
All
be
right,
better in
Larry.
color.
What do we got, Larry? We got
Oh, I don't know how to follow up that piece. I mean, so this is a Sam Nee. I think this was done. It looks like it was done like 2009, so a couple years. It was done before his Daredevil run. So, this was an homage to Marvel Team Up 66. It's a bit different from Marvel Team Up 66, but it's probably feels more like a 1 minute later. But this is Sam Nee, and this is a good example of his work. You got Spider-Man and that Captain Britain and that Herb Trimpe style, and you got that spike ball. It just, I don't know, the spike ball to me looks really cool, and you got Arcade in the background. I'm a big fan of Arcade, and they're in a pinball. So Chris Sam Nee, he did an homage, but he totally did it like in his own way, and I really liked what he did here.
I didn't notice the pinball machine until you just mentioned it, but yeah, that's what that background is.
Yeah. It's also super cool how he's done I think it's supposed to say Murder World, but you can see the MUR in the
Right.
background, and it's like just all the negative space there it's a dope pick.
I don't know how his brain works. I mean, it's just, I don't know how someone draws with all the negative space he works with. Yeah.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Gotcha. It's not as good as the Hembeck, is it, Alberto?
It's all right. I'm sure Larry will get a few votes anyway.
All right, guys. Well, let's go.
Bob McGann says, I thought they were running from COVID because that ball looked like a giant virus.
Nice, Bob.
All right. This is round 3. We got a gorgeous recreation of Avengers 97 by Fred Hembeck. All squiggly knees all. Beautiful way for a painting maybe somebody will see one day.
Some random motel painting.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, We can just skip that one. And then the pinball machine. So throw them in there, guys. Votes are open. Votes are open.
Great wave, great wave.
Great. Do the wave. Oh, actually, Larry, you start, then Jeff, then Aranga and Alberto. Let's see if we can get this done. Let me see your wave. Okay, great. Now, Jeff, your turn. Aranga?
Sorry, I wasn't paying
Alberto?
attention.
Larry,
good job, man. Great job starting us off.
one more time. Go, Larry. Jeff, Aranga, Alberto. The first official calf wave.
Right.
I guess I should start it off.
I screwed that one up.
That's all right. Okay. We got 10 seconds. Should we count it down? 10, 9. No, I'm not going to count it down.
Great wave, great
You could.
wave, great.
Although that Billy Tucci.
Billy Tucci.
Yeah, the only
Right.
Tucci art I have is from his run on Sergeant Rock.
Great wave.
I would love that. Yes.
Wow.
I
Did not
shot-
expect that one.
I think it's like Jason and Alberto got people fired up because they didn't know what it was homaging.
I will tell you, it just speaks to the level of sophistication from our calf audience.
100%.
Yes, you guys, you just know the finer pieces of art.
I thought
Good
Ron
job.
piece was going to win it. I mean,
Yeah.
the one he drew.
Well, I mean, if Gene would have been less close, he might have won.
Still on a blanket.
Yeah,
All right. Well, Aranga, you move on.
the Great Wave.
We're ready for round 4. Ooh, body blow.
Wait.
Round 4. Starting with Alberto. This is a solid one, Alberto. I thought this one was really nice. What do we got?
Again, I love these homages that are not exactly identical while keeping a lot of the spirit of the original cover. I love Oliver Coipel here and how he did Thor in his more kind of updated uniform and in the pose a little bit more dynamic, I think, than the one in Journey into Mystery 83. The little rock aliens in there seem to be in very similar positions as they originally were, but yeah, it really just caught my eye as a piece that you can clearly see was an homage, but he made it his own and made it pretty distinctive. So yeah, and I had to pick 2 published pieces, and there were not a whole lot of published pieces, so this one definitely caught my eye from that list.
Yeah, I mean, you could tell it's Oliver's Thor instantly, but you'd also tell, what it's homaging too. So I thought it worked really, really well.
Is this inked by Mark Morales? Oh, I think it is. I see in the corner. Okay.
Nice.
Nice.
No credit to the inkers.
Actually, I did. I just missed this one.
Hey. Okay.
So what attracted you to this one versus all the other art?
I have
pieces that
never
were posted?
I've never heard arse said out loud on a calf channel, so I 100%.
He decided it was time.
I picked it so I could say arse face.
Are we a joke to you?
Yeah,
I'm just playing.
yeah. I felt like it was. No, it's great, man. And I love like the lettering at the bottom basically is arse face saying "say hello to my little friend." So if
I
anyone's
noticed
read
that.
Preacher, that's how he does it. Not a whole lot here. Love the contrast. I'm a sucker for high contrast work. And the original Scarface poster fit that bill. So this is a great homage to that. I also want to say, Alberto, I know James had laid down some rules at some point about like 2 published and 2 unpublished. I was like, I'm gonna go unpublished all the way. I leaned into it just because I think the unpublished folk need some love too. So I'm
It
gonna.
was actually a lot
I'm
more.
really bad at following instructions anyways. So.
Yeah, I mean, you guys were terrible. I mean, Jeff, thank you. Alberto, thank you. Larry, mostly thank you. Aranga.
It's my first time. I have to follow some instructions.
Rebel, rah, rah.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, that's all I've got. It's arse face. Arse face.
I don't think the arse is big enough in his face. That's
Arse
just,
face.
yeah.
Yeah, you know what? You were right. He should be a little bit more puckered, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
A little
yeah.
more arse, a little less face.
Little.
that's
Nah,
right.
You are
Marcus,
a
you
fool,
got to give me
Jeff
a
Reddy.
comment on this one. I need something, or we'll do that one. Rick will fill it in.
Arse face is better than taser. Yep, 100%.
Oh, Yeah, all right. I want them. I mean, you can write ours in your comments. I'm going to highlight it. Let's get it going.
Anyone that says ours in the comments is getting highlighted.
And again, we're a sophisticated audience.
Getting a
and
free
that's like the
sketch from
British
Morocco.
way. That's the
Yeah, like
British way to say it.
there was we just had like the great wave of Kanagawa win
Yes.
and Homage, and then here it's just like anyone who says ours. What the ours? Okay, I like it.
Yep.
That's it. Just 3 guys. Someone who pays ours. Yes.
But I'll still think of it.
Yes.
All right.
Are so
Let's
crazy.
see. What do we got, Jeff?
James is an ours. Why don't you highlight that one?
Oh, okay.
So this one was purely because our buddy George was on the channel not too long ago promoting some Cancor Jack the Radio crossover goodness, and spotted this piece and thought, I think it could have gone a little bit further to include feet, just as a little, thing towards the life field. But yeah, that's why I picked this one.
I can't believe you give credit to Rob on this.
The person who posted it, I just pulled their title.
Yeah.
Well, and actually the full title is for, Frank and Rob. So
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hey, guys.
Double homage.
So
Yeah,
it'd be a
that's Tawdry.
double-
To
Yeah.
To the audience, you screwed over Matt Allison for this ASM homage. Do the right thing. Give Allison some love here.
Is this a third
Ah,
Allison piece
love it.
that we've seen so far?
This is the second Allison piece.
Here's the second
Second.
one.
The ASM homage.
Oh, I thought I saw one. Okay.
I'll be
Larry,
the
what
neutral-
show were you on?
I'll be the neutral host, and I'll let you guys fight amongst yourselves.
Okay.
All right. Anything else, Jeff?
Nope, think that's it.
All right. And the last piece we're going
Landon
to showcase tonight. And here's the shocker. It's not an Art Adams. There was just one Art Adams.
What?
What is going on? Again, you don't like the picks? Talk to the panelists.
Mm.
Or be on the panel and put your own picks. But everything on here has been great.
That's right.
Everything on here has been great. And this one is great.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm a little shocked that also that nobody chose the Fantastic Four Art Adams. Maybe that was just such an easy choice.
Oh, man. That was incredible.
And then I think Bill Johnson also put up an Art Adams as
Yeah.
well too. That was incredible too.
That was
So,
incredible.
but, yeah, I chose this. This is out of nostalgia. I mean, this John Romita cover was one of my favorites, and I don't know where the original is, but whoever owns it's a lucky person. And Chris Mooneyham, I think he's rep by Felix. He knocked this one out of the park. I think some of the commissions I've seen from Chris, he's knocked that out of the park, and I don't think he has his profiles as big as a lot of the other artists on Felix's website, but here Chris did some justice to John Romita. I mean, I haven't seen the original to this, but I think Chris might even draw something better than the original. The Colossus looks amazing. Wolverine, I mean, the claws. I mean, this is one of my favorite covers, and I think Dan owns this, and this is a really nice homage. It's not a line for line. It's Chris doing his own work and doing even something better. I think you give credit to John Romita for a really great layout and design, and Chris just taking it a little further.
Yeah, I'm a massive 80s 90s X-Men fan. I looked up the cover. The cover's gorgeous. But
If you don't love this,
like you
you're not
said,
an X-Men fan.
well, I mean, he took it to the next level over the original. I get the original production and older art, but I saw that one and I was like,
Yeah, I was just checking the original, and I think the Wolverine and the Colossus are so much better than the original. And I know people might get mad for me saying that about Romita, but I think he kicked it out of the park with this one.
yeah, I'd say whoever owns this, see if you can find the guy with the original and see if he'll trade.
I think he has a
Alright.
series of X-Men recreations or homages that he's doing, and this is just one.
and I think they're all owned by Dan.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and show the 4 from this round. This gorgeous Thor by Oliver Coipel. We've got, what is this?
Osface.
What is it?
Osface.
All right. Jeff? That's
There's no real arse showing here. It's all front views.
Yep, front butt.
Yeah.
I just noticed the face in the chest and the mouth in the front of that guy. That's awesome.
It's like MODOK as Kankor.
Triple homage.
Mm-hmm.
and, well, let's throw away.
I'll throw away.
All right. Get your
I just
votes
think
in.
The audience should just rebel. There's like 3
Yeah.
amazing pieces here, 4 amazing pieces, and just to be rebels, you should vote for Osface.
Don't vote for
I
Larry.
really think so. Like, just stick it to the man, guys. Stick it to the man. Let's bring Osface to the forefront here.
The audience decides.
Well, Veronica, you already won last
Especially
round.
if, I mean, win final round goes.
Uh-oh. James is dying again.
James, come to
He
the line.
is.
He gone.
Well, when Alberto's Thor piece narrowly edges out the X-Men, then I'll see you guys later as you all progress to the final round.
There were no
There it
Star
is.
Wars pieces, Jeff? Were there no Star
Honestly,
Wars pieces?
I submitted a Star Wars Himbeck piece.
Nobody else put a Star Wars there?
There may have been, but nothing that caught me. I was trying to not just be that guy.
I think honestly,
Folks, you need to
my
upload.
issues.
If you're going to get a commission more homages to Star Wars.
All right.
Oh, post them
Well,
in
I
the
think,
sketchbook.
I think it dropped out and everything. I think it's processing power. I don't think it's bandwidth. So
I think it's your whole family doing votes. It's probably your whole family doing the votes here, James.
There you go. There you go. All right. Let's see round four. Everyone ready? Look how close that is.
It was pretty close.
We're gonna set it in
I voted for
stone.
the Thor omnibus.
Vote.
Yeah.
So you know what this means? Since Larry's got 3, but one of Larry's 3 is Alberto's. Alberto's going to talk about his own piece in the final round. How about that?
Nice.
That sounds perfect.
So we got Dark Knight, Cap, Wave, and 210. All right. So I'm going to have to go ahead and set up the final votes. And so last time we did an intermission, what we did is we voted on cake. You know, everyone did their cake break stuff. Well, we already know. I mean, that's come on.
Is he still there?
So we're going to do
There he is.
for our intermission. It'll come back.
Oh.
Well, what's going on here?
So I guess we're supposed to have a discussion here.
Hold on.
I think he was queuing us up to talk about anything but the Crotch Goblin, but I think that should be the only thing that we now talk about.
No. That's what it is. It's a processing thing. I got to use my main computer, not my work laptop, because it's when I switch applications. I've got a lot of applications. Things are freezing. But what we're going to do
There's
for the
that fancy
intermission?
background of yours.
Turn off Pornhub. Yeah.
Yeah.
Close out all your other tabs, James.
Let's see. Maybe that will help. Let's give it a shot. So Crotch Goblin 1. We're going to do a homage to our collector conversations. Remember that show? That's actually how I met most of you. And so while I go do and create the polling for the final round, let's talk about homages. And there's your topics to discuss. I'll let you guys discuss amongst yourselves. Let me switch this. I think it is my background. So everything's working
Yeah,
now.
your background takes a lot of processing power.
Yeah. Okay. Note to self. All
Huzzah.
right. Start with you,
Wow,
Larry.
so much better.
Yeah. What makes a good homage?
What makes a good homage? Well, since 3 of mine went to the final round.
Ooh.
So, oh, I'm not sure. I think the audience they like to see more than just something that's just a straight recreation. So, Delotto, he did something really nice. Took what Frank Miller did and went a little beyond that. Can't remember what the other one won in round 2, but the last one, I mean, Chris Mooneyham, I mean, he did a great homage. I mean, he nailed it, and he took it a little further than what John Romita did. So, but I think there are other cases like Art Adams. I know he only got one selected choice here, and I think folks may have thought it was probably too easy to select one of those. But every homage he does, he takes it to a whole new level. I mean, that Fantastic Four that he did was just, he rocked it. I mean, he didn't just take it to whole new. He created an entire something completely different with it.
Yeah.
That Fantastic Four that's in Mike Lovett's collection.
Yeah. To me, I like it when when an homage is done where the original piece and what's being homage are like completely out of left field. Like you wouldn't have thought like it would work. Not, for example, if it's a Spider-Man cover, not just doing another example, the Matt Allison piece I picked. That was obviously a Spider-Man cover, and that was Venom and Spidey on it. But if it used different characters or something you weren't expecting, but it evoked just kind of a cool feeling from you. I like those where you're completely caught off guard by, I never thought that would work in that setting, but it does.
Yeah, and I think some artists, they just they created this wonderful design and layout that everybody remembers, and so other artists are like, it deserves to have an homage to it. So I'm going to do something great with it. The Scarface, we've seen all kinds of homages to that one.
Yep.
So I mean, it's just an iconic design that everybody remembers.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think the one I would like to see now, after thinking about this show for the last couple of weeks, I would really like to see Art Adams do the cover for Fred Hembeck Destroys the Marvel Universe and really flip the books on Fred and do super detailed, lifelike drawing of Fred as opposed to the cartoony Fred with swirly knees. I think that would be really good.
Yeah, and I think, to me, it just has to be an image that the moment you see it, you know what it was an homage to, but it has to be different. I know there's a lot of folks that just do line-by-line recreation, which can be great, but it's good when you actually get to see the artist put their own spin to it, yet still make it recognizable. I also think we need to do a recount of that round 1, because I think putting the rookie on the first turn, I think most people were still kind of coming in late, waking up, trying to figure out how to vote. So I think I definitely should have won that one over Larry. But
hey man, I'm a rookie too. This is my first Sketchbook show.
Same here.
First Sketchbook show.
Larry's the only 2-timer in the house.
He is a 2-timer. Always done one.
That's right.
Let's disqualify him for next time, James, please.
As far as played out themes, since there's a whole bullet
Larry.
list that James put together there, I never get tired of saying an homage to X-Men 141 with the wanted posters behind whatever characters get put in there. I've seen more than enough Spider-Man 300s. I think.
Yep. That's the one I was thinking of. Like, hey, let's put that one to bed.
Unless one is done of me doing that, because I can't do that pose naturally. I mean, it would require a lot of ropes and pulleys.
We know what Jeff's gonna get for his birthday.
That's right.
To me, I think people might think it's crazy. I think I've seen way too many homages. I think it's that Amazing Spider-Man 50 with Peter Parker facing the trash can with a costume. I've seen way too many of those. I feel like it's
Well, Larry likes trash cans, so he's probably not seen enough of that one.
Yeah. Alberto, is any cap covers that they probably did too many homages to?
I don't necessarily think so. If any, I think Avengers 4 might have had a few homages and people kind of
Oh yeah,
copy
definitely.
that design. But I can't really think of any Cap covers.
Yeah,
Jason
Avengers
said
4 is
Cap
probably
Annual 8.
Oh, annually with the Wolverine and the
Yeah.
and the cap.
Yeah.
To me, that's
Yeah,
probably
Marcus
played
is
out a
throwing
little.
Hulk 340 or 181 into the comments.
Hulk 340. Hey, Marcus. Come on, man.
I think about Cap Annual 8, I've seen just about every single possible character, both Marvel and DC, copying that whole design for sure.
Oh, you know what's also they've done a lot is the Infinite Crisis with holding the Superman holding Supergirl with all the heroes in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a pain in the ass to homage that because there's so many characters in it.
Yeah, that's a glutton for punishment.
Yeah. But
I still think like ASM 300 is God. It's like everywhere, and because it's a fairly simple one to do.
Yeah.
So it's out there all the time, and
Unless you try to do it yourself at home and you pull a hammy.
I do have one of James's questions was, do you have an homage in mind that you'd like to see? I do have one in mind that I'd like to see, but I'm not going to say it because I'm like setting it in the process of setting it up right now. But yeah,
is it one that you would like to do yourself, or one that you
would
commission someone else to do?
I've commissioned an artist to do it, and I think it's going to be like dope. I'll go back in time and enter it into the show.
Jeff, is there any nice homages with Star Wars characters homaging to like a Marvel cover or a DC cover?
Yeah, I mean, there's been a few. They don't seem to get that same level of attention. Usually, it's someone trying to get just a different pose with a different character. There is a Infantino cover for issue 35 where Darth Vader is sort of big in the background with a chessboard in front of him, and he's holding a couple of our heroes. And that one I've seen homaged a couple of times with different folk. So,
how long, Aranga, to ask you to do a commission of that goblin? Like,
what's that? It wasn't his background.
He's building the new quiz.
We good?
Think so.
He's back.
Did you see comment?
Here we go. We'll just kick in the fun round.
Homage.
I was going to say, how long until someone asks you to commission that goblin on that screen?
Oh, God, I hope it's eternity.
All right.
I'm calling you right after the show.
I mean, silhouette.
I did get to see that crotch goblin recreation of it yesterday. Marcus brought it to the San Francisco Comic Cart.
Oh, so lucky.
Yeah, I feel so privileged.
I saw some pictures. Was it pretty dead?
The time that I was there, it felt pretty dead and empty. Yeah, I don't know what attendance normally would have been, but it definitely didn't seem like a whole lot of people there.
Is it in the same space as it was last time?
No, it was at a double tree close to the San Francisco airport. I'm not sure where it was last time, but
last time they had Art Adams there, right?
Yeah, they didn't have any artists, which might have been part of the lack of a draw to the con. But yeah.
Well, I do know the Jersey one coming up. There's a lot of buzz on that one, so hopefully gets attended really, really well.
I'm looking.
So let's jump in for the final round. Jeff, we're going to ask you to not participate in this round. Alberto,
I believe the audience. I believe the audience asked him not to participate.
Correct.
I'm going to participate by my vote.
No, let me participate. I'm not
pick. Yeah, that's right. I mean, your job is to be the spoiler, Jeff. So chime in as you need to. Alberto, we'll let you talk about your own piece. I just think that's appropriate. Larry, you still get the win, but there you go.
No, the Wave could still win it.
Well, no, if that one wins.
Oh, okay.
Larry, why is this the best? The best Homage piece for the entire month of February posted on CAF.
I don't know if it was the best, but I mean, it's one I liked. so, I mean, hey Jeff, do you want to go ahead and then talk about it? Because
Number 1 is better than number 2. Next.
All right. No, nothing else. Are you good on passing? Or anything else you want to say?
It's a really great. I mean, I think Delotto. I think some of us are really big fans of him, and what he's done here. He took Frank Miller, what he did, and just made it even better. So, no, nothing bad.
Okay.
And did you mention that this was done at a con?
Yeah.
I think that makes it doubly impressive, really.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't at the con. It was like at a con in England, in my understanding, and I think he did several paintings in a day. So.
Yeah, but an English day is like 4 times longer than ours, right? With the conversion rate.
It's whatever that Stonehenge time is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Forget to dial a rock back, and
all right,
it's a lot
all right,
longer.
Bartel. Let's hear what you have to say about this piece.
To me, I'll say it again. This is almost, in a way, also a Lifetime Achievement Award for Hembeck. I think I've seen people post in my original piece in CAF calling him a national treasure. And I think he just does an amazing job picking these covers and turning them into his own, keeping the whole spirit, squiggly knees or not. But yeah, this page ultimately has Bucky, Red Skull, Cap, Hitler in there, and some combat scenes. And I think maybe because I'm a Cap fan, I definitely recognize this cover as soon as I saw it as well. And I saw what the homage after Kirby is. And I'm not sure when exactly he did it, but it says here that he did it for the events of September 11th as well. So I'm sure it had a personal attachment to the piece as well when Hembeck did it. So I just definitely one of the pieces that, as much as I own published covers, I love this one almost as much as some of the published covers I have.
So in the original, why is Cap so sad? I didn't read the old Cap one. What is he? Why is his arm over his head?
Did you read the
You remember the story
tombstone
at all?
right behind him that says "Here lies Bucky"?
Yeah, I think it's a going back at everything that's going on with Bucky's death and Hitler and the attacks and the Red Skull. I think is just him kind of being defeated and exhausted by everything going on.
Dude, every time Captain America is sad, you don't have to ask the question. He's whining about Bucky being dead. Yes. Anytime he's sad, he's whining about Bucky being dead.
Fair enough. It's his go-to.
Sorry.
It's his emotional center.
This is well, I don't know, man. Like I still really dig the line work on this piece. Billy Tucci kind of put his own spin on this. The ghouls coming out. I mean, really the guy jumping at the wave was secondary. I mean, I could have done it without him being there, because the rest of it is just pretty neat. Not a whole lot to say, man. I love it when an artist kind of surprises me with something that I've never seen him do before. This is right up there with the line work and the fine hatching on the cliff face, the little spray off the wave. I wish it was, not to some obscure picture that's known world over. But yeah, it's a great homage.
Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, if you're an X-Men fan, you'll like this, but if you're not an X-Men fan, you probably don't care about this. So,
Then leave. If you're not an X-Men fan, leave.
Yeah.
I kid. Like and subscribe.
To me, this is actually my favorite era of the X-Men. I mean, this is with Wolverine and Rogue and Mohawk Storm, and there's Kitty in the back too. So, no, I mean, like I said, you really have to be an X-Men fan, and especially of 80s X-Men, or was it mid 80s X-Men, to really love this. But if you're not, understandable. But even, I mean, the details that Chris put in here is also amazing too.
I think it's as Go ahead, Alberto. Sorry.
Larry's just trying to downplay his piece to get some pity votes by saying that nobody likes it. But nobody
Well, if you're not an X-Men fan, you probably don't like it. I don't think you have to be an X-Men fan or a fan of any era. It's just it's a crazy good piece of art, just on its own. Yeah, I wouldn't hurt my feelings if it won.
All right, you guys ready? Ready to go to voting for the championship for the theme of homages for a chance at your own Thor trophy? Let's go.
Oh wait, the winner gets a Thor trophy?
Yeah. No, not
Well,
the
the winner of the 12 at the end of the year.
Uh-huh.
Wow, talk about a long game.
It is.
Well, I mean, if you get it to the round, if you're 1 of 12, it's not a bad odds comparing 1 of 400.
Which means you've got 10 more chances, Oranga.
That's right.
My votes got split to
That's right.
cost 3. So
I mean,
I swear we gotta. Hey, everyone in the audience, pool in $10 so we can buy James a new laptop.
look at this frozen pose.
Yeah, oh, maybe we could talk to Bill. Like all that money he collects from the premium memberships, maybe he can kick in a little bit to help with this show. James.
oh my gosh! Like, you know what's funny is when I see it start spinning, I just remain still, so I don't have the stutter effect. So
Oh, James, you
See me
didn't
not
see it when you were
move?
frozen. You were frozen with your mouth open.
oh.
You were very
I tried.
excited about the final vote.
Well, I will go to my gaming desktop next time. Okay, here we go. Count it down.
4, 3, goes.
And the Our Space won. Oh, no, I haven't clicked it yet.
Yes.
Our space ain't here.
There you go.
What?
How many accounts do
God.
you guys have? I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
You don't reveal
Wow.
insider secrets like that.
I just have to say thank you to my folks
Yeah,
for
I was gonna say.
raising me right to pick good art.
That's-
No thank you to any of the other panelists. Yeah.
Yeah, give your
No,
speech.
no.
Somebody-
I gotta say one more thing here. This is a crazy
gorgeous.
coincidence because we didn't mention the owner of the galleries or anything. This piece is in the gallery of JP Crusher, who coincidentally his piece won last week.
You're kidding.
Shit's
Really?
rigged. Yep. I think he had the rogue.
I think I'm gonna have to do a multi-factor authentication so that way people don't create bots to vote for him. I can do it.
I don't know.
All right. Well,
Wow.
there you
Who's
go,
in?
E.
Larry,
I'm gonna start
thanks
the
for
way.
splitting the vote.
I got 2 more pieces.
We do the way. Awesome.
Uh,
Well,
No
let's
love
see,
for
908.
Batman, apparently.
No, thank you, CAF community. You
No love
guys,
for Batman.
you guys have excellent taste.
Oranga would like to thank the Academy
And my parents.
and your parents.
hanging chads. The vote's rigged. The vote's rigged. No, it's a great piece. So a couple things. Thank you, everyone. Remember, this month is tentacles. So please post all your tentacle art with all your
Your
tentacle
best
desires.
Cthulhu pieces.
Yes.
Yeah.
All kinds.
If you don't have any
And
tentacle
then-
art, Aranga will draw it for you. Yeah.
Yes. Commission some tentacle art. Really look at the tentacle art. But that being said, also, really, if you want to be a panelist on the show, do your own picks. I'm always looking for people to join, new faces. I'll reach out. I want to really thank this month's panelists. They have to look through a lot of pieces and throw them out there and make some tough decisions and be on YouTube. So really thank you guys. And
I recommend it to anybody that wants to jump on and do this. It's fun. Yeah, it is time consuming, but hey, it's 1 month.
This is so much easier than the superhero in the other month. There was like twice as many pieces last time.
Yeah.
Right?
and tentacles is going to be a fun show, you guys.
It is.
So someone jump in, volunteer to do this.
Hopefully, we'll not be
Maybe.
16 Dr. Octopus pieces because that's quick.
I'm not
Hey.
worried about the Dr. Octopus pieces. I'm worried about the manga pieces.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, the panel picks. So if you want to jump on here and you're pretty freaky, I encourage it. So that being said, we kept it hour and 10 minutes. Gentlemen, thank you for tonight. And CAF audience, thank you for joining us. And we'll
Thanks,
talk to you
James.
later.
Thanks, guys.
Bye, guys. Let's see if I freeze before this ends.